Hi students, in this video we're going to talk about how you can change your font, change the font size, change the font color, and even add some new fonts. So since we're making an All About Me book, instead of having it where it says click title, I just clicked there and I'm going to change this to All About Me. That's the title of my presentation. So it's got a nice clean font, but maybe I want to make it a little fancy. So what you do need to do is you need to highlight this text. So you're going to click and drag and cover it up with this like blue box. And then here where it says Arial, that's the font that Google Slides likes to start you off with. So we want to change that. So if you click there, and then you can scroll through and you can see the different kinds of fonts that you have. And you can pick any of these fonts. So I click that, so it changed the way that my letters looked. One thing to know about fonts is you need to be able to read it and your audience needs to be able to read it. So if you can't read cursive yet, then don't pick a cursive font. You'll notice here when I click on the fonts, I have a lot of fonts. I like changing my fonts. Some of my favorites are this one. It's got a nice, fun look to it. And you may not have this font called Atma. And the way that you can get more fonts is by clicking the name of the font. And then the first option here says More Fonts. It's going to open up a screen. Add any of these fonts. So all of the ones that have this check mark, those are fonts that I already have added. If I wanted to add a new one, then I can just click on it. And now it has a check mark by it, which means it's been added. And I can click OK. So you can go through, and now it's changed my font to that Robata slab. You can go through and you can change and add more fonts. Another thing that you might want to do is change the size of your font. So again, you need to make sure that your words are highlighted. And then right here, it's at size 52. You can click the plus sign to increase it by 1 point every time, or you can click the number and you'll get a drop-down menu, and maybe let's try what 72 looks like. That's a little bit bigger. You can even click on this box and type in your own numbers. So I did 108. That's a little bit too big. So let's decrease, and now it fits inside my box. And the last thing I want to show you in regards to fonts are changing the colors. So right here, this A with this black line, this is your text color. Right now, my text, my words are black. So if you click on the A, it pulls up some colors. So maybe I like this green color. And now my words are green there. And then you can do the same with this other text box. So maybe here I want to add my name. So once I type my name, I'm going to highlight that text. And instead of it being Arial, I'm going to pick this Atma because it's my favorite. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And instead of gray, I'll make this black. And so there's my title slide, All About Me by Miss Miller. So again, I kind of talked about this in the background video. When you change the color of your background, you do need to make sure that the color of your words, it stands out so that people can read it. So just be mindful of that when you're adding colors and fonts. You also want to take into consideration that you don't want to have more than 2 different fonts, maybe 3 different fonts at the most for your entire presentation. Otherwise, it makes it hard to read for your reader. So remember, you can change the name of your font, so the actual font that shows up. You can change the size of your font, and you can also change the color of your font.